When we find ourselves in a situation like the one we are in right now, coming off of a very unpleasant election loss and facing potentially years of very bad stuff, hey, what good can we get out of the remaining days, weeks of the Biden administration? And at least potentially, and I'll tell you why it is only a potentially thing right now, President Biden is continuing his string of nominating and hopefully getting confirmed hundreds of judges to key roles where Trump will not be able to push them out.
And you're really out there on a whole litany of issues about justice. I can tell you don't want to go into the government because you're never, ever politically correct, and you call things the way you see them. Now, one of the big issues here seems to be an effort by the Biden administration to jam through some of these radical leftist judges in the lame duck session coming ahead. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so the American people elected President Trump in a landslide, 312 electoral votes. The American people put 53 Senate Republicans to run the Senate. The American people want constitutionalist judges. They do not want Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's radical judges. And we are at the bottom of the barrel for these Biden and Kamala judges, the judges who have not been able to get through for the last 4 years. Now we're at the bottom of the barrel, and now these Senate Democrats led by Chuck Schumer are trying to jam them through to lifetime appointments to critically important federal courts of appeals during this lame duck session. So Senate Republicans must show up to work. They must debate, force Democrats to spend 2 days of post-cloture debate on these circuit court judges and 4 hours of post-cloture debate on these district court judges, and grind the Senate to a halt. Do not let Joe Biden appoint these lifetime appointed radical bottom of the barrel judges.
It is interesting. I saw Governor DeSantis in a posting on X yesterday criticizing Republicans because evidently they didn't show up for a crucial vote, and therefore a radical left judge was approved for the 11th Circuit of Florida. How did that happen?
Well, it showed up because people did not show up. Republican senators need to show up to vote. This is a circuit court judge. They could have forced 30 hours of post-cloture debate. The Senate has very limited floor time, and they're trying to get a lot done. Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden, these radical Democrats, are trying to jam through a lot right now between now and January when Republicans take over. So every second they have to spend debating a radical nominee instead of just voting is another second they can't be doing something that's even more radical.